dun, 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 dun. Coco, I love you. You're so wonderful. Do you have anything to say for me so far in my designs? Coco? You have anything to say so far in my designs? No, you don't. Okay. Well, I gotta work for it. And so, no, Coco, I know. This is a new place, so we're gonna get her used to her office here. So Coco left, and she'll be back in her office soon to give us some more insights on my architectural process. First, here is the first part of a three-part series on tides, on tidal design. So here you have a tidal path of the west coast of the United States, with the high tides in the late morning and the low tides around dinner time. My design goal was to create a structure that will be moved constantly in certain directions by the rising and lowering of the tides. My first experiment model was wired, shaped, and tied to glass rocks, with a mini wooden clothespin glued to white foam to help it float. Here I simulated by simply lifting and lowering, moving from low to high tide, then to low and back. The most difficult task was the sharp transition angle. Tidal water designs are very different from land-based designs, so I spent much of the week doing sketch iterations to try to capture the path of the tide with the structure that I was designing. And I made some progress. My vision was to create a floating restaurant which would slide along a beam-like structure pushed by the rising and lowering of the tides. So most of my iterations were focused on how the structure would be designed with a tide that rises anywhere from 0 meters to 2 meters. Here's a visual of what a structure would be that would slide along this roller coaster shaped beam system. Looks like Coco's coming back to the office, so I better hurry up with my findings so far. So then I started moving from the base design to the restaurant movement mechanics design. You can see a turn contraption attached to floating material. The success of this mechanics was that it flips and turns so that it can follow the curves and turns of the tide slide beams. But soon I realized this design didn't allow the slide beams to have supports that went down to the foundation. So I developed a side clamp design, which is right here, that would allow supports to go down to the foundation. It was a step in the right direction. However, my clamp design would now only flip and not also turn. You can see right here, this is where the direction of the restaurant needs to actually turn. So I solved the turn problem by returning to my original flip and turn design, but this time creating a downward facing clamp. This allowed the beams, the supports, to go down to the foundation. Here was the first SketchUp concept of the building and design mechanics. And the second SketchUp concept. And final. So A.P.CAT, aka Coco, is going to come down now and inspect where I'm at on part 1 here. hopefully we did well.
I love you. So you may have noticed that earlier I was interacting with A.P.CAT, and we were discussing whether I should move forward with the designs, and she gave the go-ahead to proceed with the flip turn clamp design. So stay tuned for that next week. It's been an interesting journey so far. Complicated design, trying to make it simple. Stay tuned and we'll see you next time. Say bye, Coco. Coco, you are telling me how to do everything, and I feel like I need to have some creative freedom. Can we work with that, Coco? Huh? No? Okay, well, you're the boss.